crack on with our big interview. We want to get to that breaking news, my friends, from the last hour. Health Minister Andrew Gwynne has been sacked over comments posted on a WhatsApp group. Now, listen, I'm not someone that likes to throw someone under the bus for leaked comments that have been jokes or all the rest of it, but some of these comments are pretty bad. Mr Gwynne reportedly made anti-Semitic comments and joked about a pensioner constituent, saying he hoped she died before the next election. This is according to the Mail on Sunday. A government spokesperson said this: "The Prime Minister is determined to uphold high standards of conduct in public office and lead a government in the service of working people. He will not hesitate to take action against any minister who fails to meet these standards, as he has in this case." Andrew Gwynne's statement said, "I deeply regret my badly misjudged comments and apologise for any offence I've caused."
Badly misjudged. What does that actually mean? Does that mean I shouldn't have written them down? He obviously thinks them, and this is obviously a deeply unpleasant man from what's been reported.
Yeah, well, I agree with you, to be honest, Renee, but the fact that it actually, I think, reveals what the Labour Party think about pensioners. Yeah. You know, they don't vote for us, so we don't need to help them out. I wish they would die. They're just a burden on the Treasury.
That's spot on. It is a real mask-off moment for many members of the Labour Party that hold this part of the country in such disdain.
Well, let's find out what Nigel Nelson thinks. He joins us now. He is, of course, GBNews' senior political commentator. Now, Nigel, I mean, come on, this ain't great, is it?
No, it's not great. And Keir Starmer's absolutely right to fire him immediately. I mean, these are absolutely disgraceful comments. There is sort of smack of anti-Semitism about some of them. You just referred to the one about hoping a pensioner would die. It's not acceptable. I mean, even if it was a private WhatsApp group, it shouldn't have been said. But the Prime Minister has both sacked him as a minister and suspended him from the Labour Party, which is the right thing to do.
Nigel, do we have any idea why this has been leaked? I mean, are there tensions within this particular group? Was this group a local association group? What are the facts that we actually know?
Well, it was a local group. There was a number of councillors who were on Labour councillors who were on the group. The Mail on Sunday reckons there was also another MP who was a member of the group, but doesn't identify which MP that might be. It was obviously a private group, but somebody quite clearly leaked the details to the Mail on Sunday, and as a result, that's the end of Andrew Gwynne's career.
Do you think actually there'll be a demand for a recall petition within his constituency?
No, I mean, I don't think that would happen. I mean, the next stage would be, the only way you can have a recall is if he's actually suspended from Parliament, which he's not been. He's been suspended from the Labour Party, so it's only if the Standards Commission gets involved and suspends him from Parliament that a recall petition could happen. I don't think any of those things are likely to happen. Is that he's pretty much lost his career now. So after 20 years of being an MP, there isn't much future for him.
Yeah, 20 years as an MP, and people didn't know the contempt that he had for pensioners, one might argue.
Well, I mean, we don't know. Certainly, in conversations I've had with him, I've never heard anything that's been vaguely either anti-Semitic or against pensioners. If anything, he's always stood up for pensioners. So when I saw those comments, I was as surprised as you were, Darren.
Yes.
But the Prime Minister saw them. There was no question that he was going to act and act immediately.
Yeah. All right, Will?
Yeah, Nigel, I see here that he's being sacked as much for stupidity as for how morally wrong his comments are. What is the process by which politicians are coached or told about these sorts of comms violations? Surely there is practices in place where they're told, if you say something in a WhatsApp group, there is every chance that it will end up coming out in the press.
Yeah, I think it's just plain common sense.
Well, yeah.
That as well.
Is you don't stick stuff like this on a WhatsApp group. I had no idea that Andrew Gwynne ever thought these kind of things. He certainly never said any of them to me, but he has put them on a group. It was a pretty stupid thing to do, and that's a message to all MPs that always imagine whatever you write down, whatever you post, will one day come out. And if you're not happy to see it on the front page of the Mail on Sunday, don't do it.
Well, quite. Renee?
Yeah, hi, Nigel. I guess what you're saying is absolutely right. But at the same time, regardless of the fact that he's always been perfectly lovely to you, this man obviously is a deeply unpleasant chap if these are the things that he thinks, and he suddenly, for some reason, is writing them down. So whilst we would say to people, be sensible, don't write them in a group, do we really want people who think like this in any political guise?
No, we don't. And that's why he's been fired. These comments have just come to light. I mean, we've only known about this for pretty much the last 30 minutes. So the moment the Prime Minister heard about it, he didn't wait to have an investigation or anything like that. He immediately sacked Andrew Gwynne and suspended him from the Labour Party. That was the right thing to do. Since then, Andrew Gwynne has confirmed that he did indeed say those comments and has apologised for them. Now, whether you think that apology is good enough or whatever, I don't know, but you're absolutely right. People who think these kind of things should not be in politics. And effectively, Andrew Gwynne is no longer in politics, although he does remain an MP.
Yes, I mean, he said, Chloe, that someone sounded too Jewish. I don't even know what that means.
I mean...
They probably said, "Oh, they."
They.
Yeah, I mean, these comments are absolutely horrendous. Now, you said, Nigel, that he probably will not be forced out of his seat, but do you think there's a good chance that he will make the decision to step down and we'll have a by-election coming up?
He might, and that's entirely a matter for him. Obviously, it depends on the reaction within his constituency, within his constituency Labour Party. Now, these comments have come to light. So it may well be that what we'll hear next is that Andrew Gwynne decides that he will step down as an MP. Really, that's a decision for him, his local Labour Party and his wider constituents.
Yeah, and Nikki, on that point, should it be easier to recall an MP? Because one of our viewers, Morris, says that actually big news, Labour minister hates old people. I can't believe it. Obviously being sarcastic. But is there a right question here about, one, has the Labour Party tarnished its image with older people? And secondly, should it be easier to recall MPs?
It should definitely be easier to recall MPs. I mean, I'm kind of amazed that it's taken 20 years for him to say something like this, to make a misstep like this. Because if he's always held these views, why has it only come out now? Which actually makes me a bit suspicious about whether there's somebody who's trying to get rid of him as well. And that they've always known that he's kind of a bit like this, but now's the moment they've decided to push him off the cliff.
Interesting. And Nigel, on those 2 points...
That could well be right. I mean, clearly somebody had to leak it. It looks like it's somebody who was privy to the group. I can't think of any other way it could actually get out. Obviously, the Mail on Sunday won't be telling us their sources, but it could well be somebody who wanted to damage his career, make sure that Andrew Gwynne is finished as a minister, and in which case that has been totally successful.
Nigel, I don't wish to be impertinent, but you've been around the block a wee while, and I'm wondering, have you, in your experience, experienced a government make a fall from grace after winning a spectacular majority so fast?
Yeah, I mean, actually, ministers do tend to sort of come and go all the time. So you get a lot of people who disappear for whatever reason. I mean, so far we've had Lou Haig, who's gone from transport. That happened fairly quickly. Loads of people went under the last few Tory governments. I mean, this just happens in politics. So I'm not surprised that another minister in this Labour government has gone.
Tulip Siddiq as well.
It was Andrew Gwynne.
Yeah. Yeah, there was Tulip Siddiq. She got sacked, didn't she, over the what was it? Bangladesh links.
Yes, the corruption charge.
Corruption charge, yeah. And as City Minister in charge of dealing with corruption. It's quite... but what I mean, though, Nigel, is that, and, you know, let's not beat around the bush, the collapse in the polls, that's pretty unprecedented for a government.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you there. I mean, we've got a situation at the moment where certainly reform is on a roll. We've got the Tories who are neither here nor there under Kemi Badenoch, and Labour, through the budget, have done a number of things which have proved to be unpopular. Now, that collapse of the polls then is to be expected. So I don't think that this kind of thing adds to it. What you've got is you've got one person who certainly put his foot in it, and now that Keir Starmer has got rid of him, everything moves on. But yes, it's going to. I think it will take Labour a while to get back ahead in the polls.
Well,
and you're certainly doing a good job at the moment.
Well, if you're a betting man, Nigel, I'd quite like to put a bet on with you about that. To be quite, I won't do it over the air, but we'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much, Nigel Nelson, for popping up and giving us the latest there on the fact that Labour Minister Andrew Gwynne has been sacked as Health Minister over comments made on WhatsApp.